So Francis Pop Johnson is from Waterbury, Connecticut. He worked for the Scoville Manufacturing Company as a tool operator, and he left in March of 1944 and entered the United States Army. He was born in 1917. He died in the early 80s, I found out, due to complications from Parkinson's disease. There were books that were published like this one, given to soldiers, that interspersed pages where they could write their service record and their tour of duty with actual details from what really happened during the war to help them reconstruct the story when they came back from war. And it also gets at the notion of an individual dealing with a preconceived book, telling them what to remember and what to value. And in Pop Johnson's case, he was very diligent. He kept maps. He had these sort of very primitively drawn maps to show where he'd been. His friends made in the service. Here he went from Newport News to Bombay, to Calcutta, to New Jersey. It must have been very exciting for him. He met some interesting famous people. He filled that page out. And then he started saving real things. And this is what, for me, makes so many scrapbooks just incredibly enriching, was not just what they wrote, and not just the clippings from papers, and not just the papers, but the actual stuff. So here he's got, this was his meal card, money, dog tag. This is his good conduct model. He wrote about his father's tour of duty before his, but then every once in a while he crosses something out. Here on the page that says War Heroes, he's written on top of it, friends and pals. And then he's pasted on top a picture of a guy who was killed in action who was a Marine. I don't know if these were friends and pals who died, but this one did. A boy from Waterbury who he knew from home. He's got his honorable discharge papers. He's got telegrams, which themselves are such a form of this, the language of telegrams, this sort of truncated, terse, you know, a baby will be born and it'll say, baby born, stop. Father and mother over the moon, stop. And so it never quite evokes that sense, and yet you have to sort of read through the language of the telegram itself to understand the emotion that it encompassed. And as you go through this book, he saved his birthing card, various documents from not only the paper, but from his tour of duty, pictures of himself. Here's his immunization, and his pay records are in here. You can see how much money he made. How much money did he make? Not a lot. $22. He was a corporal. And he really, really kept this book. He went to Calcutta in India. He was in Spokane, Washington, and Colorado for training, Madison, Wisconsin. But it's unusually complete for someone who A, was a soldier, and B, was a guy. And I think it points out the fact that not only women kept scrapbooks.